For all those moaners saying, I'll never use a brush in grout, I got one thing to say to you. Well, don't bloody brush her in then. Push her in with a trowel. Stop moaning. This is how I do it. This is a better method. Get over it. Right, back into the video. So I've got to thank Basecamp for sponsoring this video with this new mask they sent me not too long ago. I did used to use these things, but they're absolute garbage. But this thing is actually quite comfortable and nice. 6 layers of protection. One of these things wear out after a couple of days of use. You just pop that off and just stick another one on top of it. Very handy. 99.9% filter efficiency. So you definitely know it's getting all the horrible bits out of it. With EAPI filter technology. It's a full refund as well after 30 days if you don't like it, so don't worry about that part. With an ergonomic 3D design provides excellent sealing and comfort. And that's why you want when you're wearing a dust mask all day. Right, so let's talking about it. Let's get this mask on and let's start chopping. Good to go. That's it, so it's all cut out now with a grinder, so that's done. So I'm going to pressure wash any of the remainder junk between the joints to get rid of all the dust and some of the debris, so it's nice and even so we can grout. Nice and clean and pressure washed. So what do we have? What are we left with? We see water between the joints, which isn't going down, which tells me this area isn't very permeable. So we're going to drill some holes. See the water going away? So I'm going to pop loads of those in. Just a quick look now before we start. So yesterday this area puddled up loads. It wasn't that permeable. So I drilled lots of holes in it, and it rained all afternoon yesterday, and the joints are empty now, so it is now more permeable than what it was. We're using a joint it again today. They haven't sponsored me for this video. I've bought this stuff myself, but I want to explain one thing. Their method. Sweep it in and keep it wet. I don't believe that's a good idea. I think you've got to empty it, pour it, fill it up with water, mix it all up, pick it up, trowel it out, force it into the joints. This is the preferred method, I think, because I'll let you know why. I posted a video a couple of weeks back of me grouting a patio using this stuff, using my technique. I posted it onto a Facebook group, Patio and Driveways, just trying to help people out. And I got nothing but ragging. All I heard was blah, blah, blah. That brushing stuff's flipping rubbish. I'd never use that ever, you cowboy. Rah, 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 rah. I was totally unexpected to hear such abuse from people. I try to teach people methods which are a good way. I don't need abuse. So as far as that Patios and Driveways Facebook group, that can flipping jog on. I'm not interested in that anymore. Too much abuse, and I'm only here to try and help. But my method is definitely the better method to use. Force the bugger in with a trowel. Don't rely on brushing it. So for all those moaners saying, I'll never use a brush in grout, I got one thing to say to you. Well, don't bloody brush her in then. Push her in with a trowel. Stop moaning. This is how I do it. This is a better method. Get over it. Right, back into the video. So, opened up the box. There's your packaging explaining how to do it. They do use a brush, they brush her in, but that's not the way I do it. I prefer my version. So this is the stuff in the pack. So I just got to break the seal. Right, I'm just going to pour it back in. Keep it all in one place. Pour it all out, stick the hose on, stick the tap on and let it fill up. Right, as soon as it starts getting close to the top, stick your trowel in and just move around a bit. Make sure it's all soaked in. Right, let me show you my method. Fill up this with water, let it completely soak, then trowel it in. And push it all the way in, and because the grout is wet, it's a little bit heavier and it'll go further down. Trowel in, just a normal regular trowel like this will do it, and make sure you can push it in. Don't rely on doing it with a brush, because a brush is never going to force it down. Grab it, force it in. And now it's gone all right down to the bottom. Just finish this little section off. Push it in and scrape off as much as you can from the surface. Because you leave any excess. If I was left bits like that on the top, and I left that for too long, that could actually stain. And the only way for that stain to go is apparently sunlight over time. So put it on, scrape it off. Right, so end of the video. This is how I do it. This is how I think most of you should do it. Stop moaning about brushing it in. The only way to stop that is to stop bloody brushing it in. Wet it up, put it in the tub, force it in. Job done. Like and subscribe. All finished off. Lovely bit of stuff. There's a little close up of it. Nice and compact. That's what you need. If it's not compact, it's no goddamn good. It's all finished up. There's a good inch of water now on there. So I'll just put the top on, seal it, use it some other time.